Well, hello. It's been a few weeks since I last did a recording, a live in my Facebook group. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, welcome. Hope you enjoy my topic of tonight. Now, it's been a few weeks. I've been on holiday, and I just want to ask you all how your summer is going. Are you eating healthily? Have things gone a bit off track? Because what I want to just say here is I've been away. I don't worry so much about what I'm eating and drinking when I go on holiday, because at the end of the day, what we do 80% of the time, 90% of the time is absolutely fine for keeping ourselves in good health. And when we go on holiday or have a little bit of time off, it's absolutely fine to let the guard down, eat some things that you wouldn't normally eat, and just relax about it. It's not the end of the world. In fact, I actually think it's really important not to worry about these things at all at that time. So tonight I want to talk about the role of bright coloured fruit and vegetables and what the science is telling us now about the bright coloured fruit and vegetables, the beneficial compounds that they contain, and why they are just so important to help us, protect us from disease and help to keep us aging in a very, very healthy way and to delay the onset of disease progression. Now, of course, all fruit and vegetables are important. I don't want you to think that you should only eat the bright coloured fruit and vegetables that I'm going to talk about tonight. Of course, we need to eat an abundance of all colours, but I just want to make you aware of some of the research that we know about today, what these compounds are, what the impact is in our gut and in the rest of our body about these compounds, and why we need to make sure we're eating them all the time alongside all the other ones as well. So the particular compounds I'm talking about here are what are known as polyphenols. We know that all plants contain different compounds, plant compounds, phytonutrients that are really important, and the particular ones I'm going to talk about tonight are known as polyphenols. Now, what are they? They are metabolites that are produced by the plant in response to a pathogenic attack or even ultraviolet light. They are actually coming into effect and protecting the plant against disease and damage to the plant itself. And what scientists have been learning for a number of years now, but of course all the time we get more research in these areas, is that these polyphenol compounds also are having a beneficial effect to our own health, and they're protecting us as well. Now, what do we know about disease in ourselves? Well, most disease in the human body comes from an overload and excess of what we call oxidative stress and also inflammation. Now, oxidation occurs all the time in the human body. Every time we create energy, and that is burning oxygen to create energy, it creates oxidation. So we burn oxygen with glucose, we create energy, and that creates oxidation. Now, that's a normal result, but in itself it is damaging to the body unless we can protect against excess oxidation. We also create oxidation from other means, so from sunlight, and if we burn, and if we cook barbecues and eat burnt food, and if we smoke, or if we do excess exercise, or if we have a lot of stress in our diet. There are lots of other ways that we create oxidation in our body from these other means over and above the normal oxidation that we have in our bodies. But at the end of the day, oxidation is a normal process. We can create excess oxidation, and oxidative damage is very, very damaging. And oxidative damage damages our cells and also in turn creates inflammation. And collectively, oxidative damage and inflammation are the two things that are driving disease in the human body today. What sort of things am I talking about? We're talking about type 2 diabetes, we're talking about cancer, cardiovascular disease, even obesity is linked to these, to oxidative damage and inflammation, and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. I'm not saying these are the oxidative damage and inflammation are the only things that are driving these disease types, but they are part and parcel of what is happening within the body. We need to get these things under control. Now, what do we know about polyphenols and why are they so important to help to try and stem the drivers of oxidative damage and inflammation? Is because we know it impairs the process of these. That's what scientists have discovered. Polyphenols can help to stop excess inflammation and excess oxidative damage in the body. Now we know antioxidants and other plant foods are also going to have a positive effect, but these have been found to have a really positive effect in helping to impair that. So much so that scientists are saying that actually last year in a study in Molecules magazine, you know, particular scientists are going to read this, but scientists were actually saying by looking at these compounds that actually these compounds and these types of fruit and vegetables, I'm going to explain to you what they are, should be part and parcel of what we call primary care. Now, primary care is what we should do to prevent the onset of these diseases occurring in the first place. Of course, that's what we do with nutrition. We're trying to create primary care to stop the onset of disease in our body and keep it healthy. So polyphenols have that role. The other thing they do is it's interaction in the gut. And of course, this is what I specialize in, and that's what I'm always interested in. It's not surprising to me that they found a link between gut health and polyphenols as well. And what they found is the polyphenols selectively feed beneficial bacteria, and in turn the beneficial bacteria from feeding off the polyphenol compounds create secondary metabolites in the gut that go on to feed other bacteria, help to strengthen the gut mucosal barrier, help to keep inflammation under control in the gut. Because I see it in my clients, and when I do stool testing, we actually get a lot of inflammation going on in the gut as well. And we need to keep that under control. We need to strengthen the gut mucosal barrier and keep that healthy to stop toxicity passing into the bloodstream where it can go on and cause other damage as well. So these polyphenols are also having beneficial effect directly in the gut. And just a little bit of scientific terms, I like to throw a little bit of this in, but keeping it simple. A new term, you know, you'll have heard of probiotics. That is the beneficial bacteria that you may buy in supplement form, or probiotic in fermented yogurt, for example, or in kefir. We've also got prebiotics, you know, prebiotic fibers we're also finding in other fruits and vegetables. And I buy prebiotic fibers like PHTG and GOS and FOS to help build up good bacteria in the gut, because they feed the good bacteria. But the term that's been used in relation to polyphenols is something called postbiotics. And it's when you get secondary metabolites that are created from our good bacteria, feeding off these compounds to create secondary metabolites, and they called those postbiotics. So good health, as we know, starts in the gut, and I will go on about that till my dying day, I imagine. But we have to focus on the gut, as well as understanding that these polyphenol compounds are having a beneficial effect systemically in the body as a whole. So, of course, what you want to know is where can you find it? And as I said, bright foods and vegetables. We're talking here about blueberries, pomegranate, red cherries, a little bit of red wine, very dark chocolate. Yes, we need to keep it in check, but a little bit of that as well. Onions, and I would focus on the red onions here, in plums, even in black rice, and in green tea, apples as well. These are the specific foods that are very rich in polyphenols. Pomegranates, blueberries, cherries, plums, red onions, green tea, red wine, dark chocolate, and apples. Doesn't matter whether it's a red-skinned apple or actually a green-skinned apple. Very rich in polyphenols. So we need to be eating these in abundance. We need to be eating them every day. We need to be eating a variety of them. Of course, I am not saying go out and drink lots of red wine and go overboard on dark chocolate. I will admit I probably have a little bit of dark chocolate every day. That is my treat, and it's what I like, and it's good to know that it's good for me. and it's very low in sugar. So we need to make sure we're eating these all the time. Make sure they're getting into your shopping basket every week, alongside all the other fruit and vegetables that you need to be eating, of course, all the time. Don't forget, something I say a lot is it's not about 5 a day. We should be eating 10 a day in fruit and vegetables. It does include herbs and spices. And across the course of a week, we need to be eating as much variety as possible, aiming really for about 40 different plant foods every single week. Because at the end of the day, whilst tonight I focused on polyphenols, tomorrow night I could be talking about prebiotic fibers, and another night I could be talking about something else that helps to calm inflammation in the gut. At the end of the day, we need this massive variety of all shapes, colours and variety of fruit and vegetables, herbs and spices to keep ourselves in good health for as long as we possibly can. So a slightly shorter live tonight. I hope you found that interesting. Do drop me some comments below to let me know your thoughts about this. And just to remind you, I am running my skin health program starting on the 12th of September, running over 3 weeks. And in fact, polyphenols and some of these fruits and vegetables are very much a part of the recipes that I will be providing as part of the 21 days for good skin health. Not surprisingly, these are all part and parcel of good skin health as well. So do look for my links about the skin health program and come and join me on that. And I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for my next live. Hopefully I'll be keeping these running towards the end of the year, towards Christmas time. Just had a short break, but I'm back with lots of different topics to bring you on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for watching if you're watching it on catch up. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.